Pro boxing fans here with Dean Whyte. Dean, last time I saw you, you were out in Saudi Arabia supporting brother Dilian. Talk to me about that experience. We've gone through the plane stuff, we're not going to go over that, but in general, how did Saudi treat you?
Saudi was amazing. I enjoyed myself, as you can imagine. We met with Omar, we met with the Prince, and in general, just the local people were really, the reception we got from them, how accommodating they were, going out, not speaking, the communication barrier. The people were really good when I was out shopping, and it was polite, very helpful, and it was quite weird because, they was actually really helpful. Like, if I was lost, they would actually offer to drive me and my guys to somewhere and then drop us off. It was kind of, you don't get that stuff here. If you're lost, they'll point you in that direction. That's your lot. You know what I mean? But it was nice. It was very nice and accommodating.
Do you know what I thought was missing? The British fight fan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because obviously you can't drink alcohol. Very strict Muslim country. That was missing from that. That's part of the culture of boxing. A bit of drinking, a bit of the atmosphere. But it's still not bad in itself. I know what you mean. There was a little bit. There was that just little thing missing, and what is called is the alcohol.
Important ingredient in a good night out at the boxing. We're down here today for the announcement of Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois at BT Tower. What brings you down?
I just come to see what's going on. I wanted to see it for myself, see what was going on, have a word with Frank, and keep in the loop, man. You got to keep if you're in the boxing game, you got to keep in the loop of what's going on. And just be part of the business. It's good, yeah.
Is there a specific question you wanted to ask Frank that you can give us a little bit of insight on?
No. That's my... you won't be getting that information. There was a few stuff, and it was a good journey. It's definitely want to waste his journey down there, so I'm happy for that. Didn't want to bring that into the equation, but yeah, I had a good time. I had a good chat with Frank, and I'm pretty happy with that. And then I just watched those two boys, and I was impressed actually because I didn't expect any fireworks, and there was a little bit of argy-bargy and fireworks,
Absolutely. Talk to us a little bit about Dilian at the moment. What was your reflections on the Marius Whyte fight to begin with? Obviously, he admittedly came in a little bit overweight, wasn't the best fight in the world, but he got the job done. Exactly
that. But we always knew that, he was off for a long time. There was a lot of things going on in the not so background, what people knew, common knowledge and stuff. He was under stress and so on, and he went into the fight. And as we all knew, Marius Whyte was very, very durable. And in fact, he was probably in the best shape I've ever seen him, to be honest, because he was already preparing for a fight previous, which he was meant to have on end of November. So he just literally scrapped that fight, got a better money fight, and came on to this. So all round it was good work for Marius. You know what I mean? But he came in. We always knew he had a good jab, he had a good chin, and there was some good stuff what Dillian was doing in there. But you could see he wasn't fit enough to execute the plan what he wanted, because there was times where he hurt him, but he couldn't step on the gas as much as he wanted to because it just wasn't there. He was a bit 2 stones overweight. But you know what? You saw after in the victory. You could see there was pain in his eyes, and now he's gone back to the drawing board, and now he's preparing for a mega fight later on in maybe spring or something. He's trying to come down and wait and be, fully focused and prepared.
Talk to us about that spring or summer shortlist. What names are on that?
Yet again, that's more common knowledge. Andrew Ruiz is one of them. You saw online, on social media, there's been a lot of back and forth with those boys, but that fight is probably not going to happen. Andy's got a lot of things in the way. He's got a lot of demons he's got to face. He's got a new trainer he's probably looking for. And he's probably been out at the gym. You've seen on his many numerous cars he's bought. He's living. This is a man who's probably he's actually come from nothing and now has made probably 18 million. And he's just living his life. Some fighters never actually. Look at what happened to Marcus Maidana after the 2 Mayweather fights. He didn't come back. So let's see if he can find himself and find that willpower to get his mind right and get back and get in shape. So the only one left is Povetkin, which seems nailed on like he's a potential. Yet again, he's a great candidate. A lot of people talking about his age. He is 40 years of age. But look what he did. He was in there with a real menace, hungry young lion in Hunter, and that was a great fight as far as I was concerned. He started slow, but he came into the fight, and it was a tremendous fight. It could have been even fight of the night, So he is no mug, former Olympian. So I think it's a great fight for Dil. Still risky as well, somewhat, because he can punch, as you saw when he fought Anthony Joshua. But listen, all of these fights at this level are always going to be difficult.
Absolutely. And just finally, big fight next weekend. I think you said you're going to be out in Vegas. Deontay versus Tyson. Tyson said with a new trainer he's coming for war. Did you believe he's actually going to follow through with what he's saying, or is this mind games again?
Do you know what? You hit the nail on the head again. He's a weird one, isn't he? Because what he says one thing, then he goes back on it and he changes it, he flips it upside down. And
See you soon, bro.
This is lying Sam Jones. I'm always going to get him. The liar. The trickster.
He thought it was George Fujimoto today, didn't he?
Get out of it. But yeah, where was I? He lost my chain of thought. But yeah, Vegas.
Tyson likes to play with the media.
Yes, that's it. You know that bloody sorry done me. But yeah, he's a bit of a trickster. But what is true? It looks like he's got a nutritionist. He says he's going to be around 270 pounds. So he's going to be heavier. So he's going to be stronger to maybe lean on Wilder, try and drain him. Maybe that's what he wants to probably manhandle him. I don't know if it's such a great idea to try and come forward and want to, try and take Wilder out, because Wilder's got a lot of power. You might walk onto that shot and make it more devastating, for yourself. But, listen, Tyson's a great athlete. He knows what he's doing. He's, linear world champion. And he's one of the first guys pioneering for the UK that went over to Germany. I was there and he took the belts from Vladimir and was flying the flag before the likes of Joshua and my bro Dillian. We was all coming up and we were looking up to him. What a remarkable achievement and great stuff he's done. People don't talk about it so much, but for me, I give credit where credit's due, and I remember stuff like what he done and what he's gone through. And he went through that mental health stuff, and he's come back to the pinnacle of boxing, and he's got it all to do. I'm going to be rooting for him, but yet again, it's a hard style. Let's see what kind of style if Deontay Wilder comes out faster, because he did start a bit slow. I think he was confused by the herky-jerking feinting with Fury, and the jab was putting him off on the movement. So if he wants to close the distance a lot faster and let his hands go, could be an interesting fight. But then, same way, if he comes forward a bit more, Fury might be able to catch him as well. So, it's a pick and fight, man. But I'm going to be rooting for Tyson Fury. I wanted to bring the belts back over here and line up some mega fights for my bro Dillian and Joshua.
Absolutely. Dean Whyte, always a pleasure. Thanks for your insight, and hopefully see you in Vegas.
Thanks very much. Let's see.